Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Saturday, January 8th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern. How many of us get really caught up in details? What if we just let go of all the details? Doesn't matter so much if everything is exactly how our egos thinks it should be. What's more important is our soul's purpose here and this now. Ask yourself, do you want to feel the amazing freedom from finding and following your soul's mission? Whenever you get attached to life's small details, which most of us do at times, the more tense and tight our mind-body becomes. Anytime our minds become overly focused on the tiny details inside of our little fishbowl, the less conscious we become of the amazing, divine, infinite ocean of bliss that exists inside of each and every one of us and all around us. Take a step back from this overly critical and highly detailed scrutinizing mind just for one day. Choose to be free from all insignificant details for 24 hours and notice how your body feels. Focus instead on the life lessons that your soul came here to learn. How to always trust life and become kind, loving, and fearless. How to always trust life and become kind, loving, and fearless. It just feels good to release the ego and its light grip on how it thinks things should be in order for life to be perfect. Everything is already perfect, exactly as it is. This universe is always far more intelligent and amazing than any one of us can imagine. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Albert Schweitzer. Our bodies are amazing. All of our bodies, each of us, are an amazing manifesting vehicle. It has a special energy and intelligence already within it that works like a radio tower, continuously broadcasting our thoughts. Now, a lot of times we don't know that, but it does broadcast our thoughts, needs, and desires far out into the universe. Out, see? The thoughts we generate go out. They don't come in. Yet, like any ligament or tendon, our manifesting muscles can get weak and lazy if they are not exercised regularly. And if they're overworked, who feel lack of energy, creativity, and joy. So whether you're spending your days running around, completing every action on your to-do list, or still spinning your wheels, stuck in that same old dysfunctional situation, don't let your dream life pass on by. I invite you to take on this special, enlightening experience. It will reboot your mind, reignite your inspiration, make your life successful in the most fulfilling way. To start strengthening our manifesting muscles this week, start each day with this one manifesting workout. The very first few minutes of each morning, start repeating the words, yes, 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 in your mind. Let this inner yes message come from deep within you, not superficially, not the ego mind. This is a deep yes to yourself, your life, and everything in it exactly as it is. By saying yes to who you are, who you've been, where you've been, what you've done, and what you're doing with your life today, you will start to expand your vibration and consciousness. When we, all of us, get to the point where we understand that we are the change. Excuse me, we're the change. We're the power. We can move things, energy, and literally move it into form, create it into experience and into reality. All of us. It may be a loud, boisterous yes or a simple, soft yes. Yet the more authentic it is, the greater the movement of raw, positive energy. The goal here is to let this inner yes sink deeply into your attitude and thought patterns so that naturally you're thinking positive thoughts about every aspect of your life. As you will discover, as we all will discover, the word yes has many dimensions to it. It is one of the most effective words we can use in the manifesting world. It carries a vibration that instantly shifts everything around. It's the word which every enlightened being uses deeply and frequently. This magical yes mantra is one of the most powerful manifesting workouts any of us could take on. It holds the essential success frequency that cannot be repeated too much. Every big yes you can send out into this universe, you'll receive another big yes back your way. Whenever you ask the universe for something, anything, it is much more likely to say yes to you. In a short time, each of us will find that yes is the most powerful word in the dictionary that will totally transform our lives. The magic yes mantra is instantly effective at shifting our overall attitudes and feelings about this life. Yet the best side effect of all is it naturally increases our manifesting abilities. The more times we can feel, say, and think yes in 24 hours, the stronger our manifesting muscles become. It's like a super workout. We will be able to attract and receive the goodies we desire in this life much easier, faster, doing this exercise all through our day. When you're constantly saying yes out loud or in your head, you become a magnet for attracting what you want. That doesn't have to be directed, it's just stating it. But it's careful, not the head, not the ego mind, the heart mind. This universe cannot say no to you when you only say yes to it. Make sense? Simply use your creative imagination to focus and visualize exactly what you're saying yes to in your life. How do you want your day to unfold? Truly. How do you want to feel by the end of your day? What do you want to manifest by this time next year? Imagine all the details you want, yet always include the feeling of a big, happy, ecstatic yes within it. How many times you've been excited and you went and something happened, you go, yes. You ever done that? I think we all have one time, shape, form, or another. The essential manifesting secret here is to continue repeating the yes thought, vibration, and feeling as much as you can throughout your day. As you say the word yes over and over inside your mind, the heart mind, you'll naturally start feeling life say yes back to you. Let this feeling sink deep into your bones. Allow this deep, authentic yes to become your new approach to everything and everyone in your life from now on. Our lives are happening for us, not to us. Our lives are happening for us, not to us. That's a big difference. When we are able to say yes to every sensation that enters our bodies, we will be able to welcome each moment of our experience of life as a friend and a teacher. Yes allows each of us to live a fulfilling life with an open, accepting mind and heart. Let the beauty we love be what we do. Let the beauty we love be what we do. There are hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground. Rumi. As you practice working out your yes muscle this week, you'll soon notice there are certain areas of life that are more challenging to say yes to than others. Don't get confused and think this exercise is about saying yes to what you don't want in your life. No, this is about getting clear on how to let go of the no that is focusing on what you don't want to manifest. Saying yes is the most enlightening way to say no to what you don't want to manifest. Saying yes is the most enlightening way to say no to what you don't want to manifest. Yet, we don't care to focus our precious creative energy on saying no all the time. Just drill your yes into what you do want and see what happens. This workout is really about saying yes to yourself, to that powerful being who is beyond the positive and the negative outcomes you perceive to be real. This is an invitation to experience yourselves as a flower, a flowing river of yes energy pouring through you. It is an experience in saying yes to the pure, unbounded, infinite soul that all of us are, who are much bigger than any single life experience. As the magical yes energy increases inside each and every one of us, we will start to feel more empowered, liberated, and energized about everything. Feeling the yes energy around what you want is what makes things manifest in our lives. Feelings are the fuel for the manifesting fire to utilize and consume. When we practice repeating the word yes, just make sure your body feels it each time. The feeling is 100 times more important than the thought. Remember that. The feeling is 100 times more important than the thought. Using your feelings is like pumping iron on the manifesting playground. Take 30 seconds right now to see if you can increase the feeling and general sensation of yes throughout your body. Turn up the volume twice as loud as it's ever been before. And notice how this one little word has the power to shift your life in the most positive ways. Notice nothing is chance or coincidence in this universe. When you consistently do your inner work, you'll see that you have the power to manifest anything you want, desire. You'll know that your life challenges needed to happen exactly the way they did for your soul's highest evolution and growth. The yes mantra will awaken you to realizing how perfect your life actually is and how amazingly powerful you truly are. The most simple things in this life are often the most profound. And in a few days of being a yesaholic, you'll find your energy to skyrocket beyond all your problems and see how everything is an opportunity in disguise. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing, this should be automatic for all of us. The first thing that we do and we want to do is relax our bodies. Now, knowing that we are not the body, it is a separate energy, okay, so to speak. We are not the personality, the name, the character. We are not our status. We are none of these things. We are the God within, the pure consciousness and beyond. So to relax the body is to know the body. If you don't know your body, you're not going to be able to relax it no matter what you try to do. Most people try to do everything externally. Whatever they can get synthetic into them that they feel that they get relaxed. And it doesn't really work. But genuinely relaxing the body. This is why so many people have a difficult time for it. You know, they go, like I said, they go to vacation, right? And then when they get back from vacation, they're so stressed that they need to recuperate from the vacation. What's up with that? And then they go on vacation because they don't like what their life is or what they're doing. They don't like their work. Maybe they don't like their relationship. Who knows? Only they do. But to relax the body is to focus on the breath. Seems pretty simple, doesn't it? Focus on the breath. Easy in through the nose and easy out through the breath. You don't have to, fix it. You just go crazy. But easy in, deep breath in and deep exhale. And the body will begin to let go. The stresses, the fears, the anxieties, the worries, the anger, the frustration. We have a whole stable full of those things. But to focus on the breath. Whenever you feel yourself getting hurried, right? And that's the ego mind pushing you. You got to get going. You got to get going. You got to get this. You got to get that. And as that happens, your body becomes more tense, more tight, not relaxed. When I was a massage therapist years ago, I experienced the body on how tight and uptight people were. This was back in the 80s. And it was just amazing to watch how these people didn't know how to relax. That's not a judgment. It was just a perspective. And then when I would massage them, everything, they would let go of everything. They couldn't move for 20 minutes because they were so out of it. Because they let go. All the tension, we store tension everywhere in the body. Some of us store it in places that we'd never even think we would store it. A lot of our pain in our bodies is caused by stress, storing these things, and it's almost as if we're not aware that the body's storing this stuff, placing it here and putting it here. And then eventually you start getting pains, inflammation, all kinds of things, because the body is in distress. Okay? And when you focus on your breath, it gives the body the opportunity to let go. You're not worried. People think that when they let go, they're going to lose something. You see, that's the ego mind, insecurity of the ego mind. And if the ego mind's in charge, that's what you're going to feel. You're going to feel that anxiety kind of feeling. I'm going to let go of this stuff. Surrender to it. Surrender, that means I'm giving up. No? See how things get so confused? And then as you focus on your breath, continually to focus on the breath, because the ego mind is going to try and say, you don't need to focus on your breath. We're doing fine the way we are. So you just ignore that and you keep focusing on the breath. Body will in turn relax. And this means that you have fears, right? We all have fears at times. You have anxieties, worries, right? So instead of having them accumulate in your body, address them. But it's important to stay gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times, and into deep gratitude 24/7, no matter what's going on around you. You'd be amazed on how that frequency changes everything around you and with you. So you know that you'll feel. How do I know the body's relaxing? It gets lighter. Your body gets lighter. You feel lighter. You don't feel burdened. And what I mean by light is you don't have this something heavy on your shoulders. You don't know what it is, but it feels heavy. You feel heavy as you walk through life. And after a while, we get so used to it, we don't know we have it. So as we drop this, and we unlock the ball and chain around our ankles that we drag with us, a lot of us do, We feel lighter, buoyant. And that's how as you continue focusing on the breath. In with the good, out with the bad. It's like as you breathe, you breath in, I am love. And as you breath out, I am not hate. And so the body lets go. Might be a little uncomfortable for some, that they're letting go of things that they don't really care to have, but they're so in the habit of having them, they're afraid to let go of them. Isn't that amazing? So as you focus on your breath as well, as the body relaxes and you let go and you surrender, you're in the now. And the now is really all any of us have. Do you have yesterday? No. Do you have tomorrow? No. Do you know without a shadow of a doubt that you will have tomorrow? No. 100% true feeling deep within that you will have tomorrow. Not really. How do we know that? We don't. See how important, you see how we get so miscombobulated, and none of us are exempt from it. How we get caught in tomorrow or yesterday and totally ignore the now. And the now is actually where everything happens. In the now, we still the mind, the ego, the subconscious mind. We leave them alone. We watch them. It affords us to learn from them so that we can eventually master them. Many things by being in the now. Our mind chatter that we all have, which is 24/7. You guys know what I'm talking about, that mind chatter. It's incessant. We've got tens of millions of thoughts. They're kind of, might as well say, programs that fly by us like clouds in the sky. But they're not ours. Most of the thoughts that we have picked up and put in our subconscious minds since we entered the baby body are all of those around us, all of those thoughts and suggestions and reprimands and directions and misdirections and guidances, continuously we're absorbing. All those thoughts that aren't ours. Remember, your thoughts go out to the universe. Everybody else's thoughts come into us. That's the difference. Once you're able to understand that and identify that, that's the difference. This is not my thought. Even though it is so tricky because you believe that it's your thought. But then you get to the point where you start saying, this isn't my thought, and I don't really care to entertain it, and it disappears. Have you ever, here's a good one for you. Have any of you ever been just like during the course of your day, right? Okay. And then all of a sudden, you just feel bad. I'm not talking sick or anything. Your energy, your frequency just seems down all of a sudden. And you go, why am I feeling this way? I have nothing to feel this way about. You inadvertently embraced another's thought, and you inadvertently brought it in as yours, moved it, created it into reality, and began experiencing it. Isn't that amazing? All of us are susceptible to that. When you walk through a crowd of people, it doesn't mean that you know this, okay, inherently. But a lot of us will walk through people or be around people, and then we just feel it's not always at low energy. I'm not, it's not always low energy. Sometimes it's you get uplifted. See, you realize how important it is to focus on our breath and stay in the now. It's imperative to keep our vibrational frequencies high because we're the power. We're the ones who shift the planetary energies. We shift life. We shift existence. We shift everything that's happening on this planet at any one shape, form, or another, any instant, any second, any microsecond. We can shift the frequencies. Each of us can actually influence millions depending on our vibrational frequency. Now, if you look at your feet and you see three circles, three golden circles, right? And you have one on the left. And by the way, these are beautiful paths. The circle is a shimmering gold that you're standing on. You look straight ahead. You see a canopy of trees. These beautiful trees are all golden and shimmering. The bark, the leaves, the branches, and they formed a canopy. And you look at the green path, which is a vibrant emerald green, almost like a flaming path. Now, you look to the left, and it looks worn. That's the past. And you look to the right, that's the future, and it looks worn. But the pad you're standing on, the circle you're standing on, looks like it's never been used, and that's pretty true to fact. Now, a lot of us have memories, and we enjoy the memories. We go into our private library, our subconscious mind, and we take a book off the shelf, and we review and reminisce on something wonderful that we've experienced so far in this life. And other times we'll visit things that weren't too fun to. But then we put the book up, and then we leave. We shut the door, and we move forward. And on occasion, we'll go back and visit. Now, others of us will stay there. Now, I don't believe that it's on purpose, intentionally, but it's just that you get caught in there, and you stay there, and you end up bringing that past into a future that doesn't exist, and you create that future from that past, and you relive that past in that future. That's why a lot of people will say, no matter what we do, we always seem to end up here. Now, none of us are exempt from a lot of these things, but then we'll go into a future that doesn't exist because we're creating the future in the now for ourselves. So we go into this future, and we are asking ourselves, we always want to know. When I used to do readings years ago, the three things that people always would ask me that they wanted to know: when am I going to have more money? When am I going to meet the person that I'll spend the rest of my life with? Have that perfect relationship? And when am I going to be happy or healthy, happy, all of it? When am I going to get this job? Those are the three areas that most people want to know. And the danger to that is that it's external authority. So when you give people that hope, right? That faith where they believe what you tell them, and I found it in research that a lot of people created the very thing they asked me they wanted me to give them the answer to. They created it. That's how powerful beings we are. And then they would give me the credit, and I would say, no, it was you, not me. You created it based upon what I shared with you, because you believed in it. But always on the now, practicing being on the path, the now. And not many people can do it long, see? Because, we kind of fade out. We're focused on something, and then those thoughts that aren't ours come in, we grab onto one, and we float off. And it's not a biggie. So we say to ourselves, not a biggie. I'll focus on my breath, and I'll be in the now. And you're in the now. Doesn't it make sense to stay in the now where you don't have the mind chatter, where you can start managing and supervising by watching and learning your ego mind, where the stress, fear, the pain, the anxiety isn't there? You're being in the now. Also, since we know we're not the God and we're consciously aware, and a lot of people don't know what consciously aware is, means that you're aware, you're consciously aware that you're of and from the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. That's being consciously aware. And you know you're not the body. Now, we need the body because we want to experience physical form. And that way the soul will learn. The soul is divine perfection, but it still learns. So you look into the body, and here's where you start to understand that as you look into that body you're in, as the God that you are, you see immediately 7 vibrant lights. They're balls of light, all different colors. Nothing like they're nothing like the colors on this planet. They're much more deep, vibrant, expansive. And what are they? They're called chakras. And the definition of chakra is wheel. So these are wheels of light. And they're spiritual etheric energy. We are spiritual etheric energy, the gods we are in the body. So we flow through these chakras, these wheels of light. And they're connected to all the quadrants, all the areas of the body. Our emotions, everything. Organs, tissues, character, personality, all of it. And we flow through them constantly, continuously. So we literally, and here's where we've gotten amnesia and we've lost, we don't remember. So we're rediscovering. Once we rediscover and understand, we will be able to heal these bodies at a blink of the eye. Not even a question, not a doubt. Total trust, total faith. We aren't there yet. But to be able to acknowledge that is 50% there. Now, we also know that the soul, the God, the kingdom of God, the God source, of which we all are, is the heaven. Heaven isn't a place. You are the heaven, the God that you are. The body is earth, okay? So we're heaven on earth, literally. And every step we take, we are literally creating paradise on this planet. Not only that, but we're shining our light 360 degrees, 24/7 in infinity and beyond. And our light is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And we're flooding this planet. All of us. Imagine that. And you keep experiencing the vibrational frequencies that keep increasing. Do you think we will stop? No. We will continue to intensify. We will continue to expand. Now, if you took and also, there's another thing. Just maybe, in this lifetime, we will learn, some of us, that when we decide to leave these bodies, when we decide to leave these bodies, we will know that we are the light, that we are the God source, that we are pure consciousness. So that's the case, and it is. Why would we follow the light? Why would any of us follow the light? Why would any of us think that when we leave these bodies, we carry Bill Johnson's body with us or Mary Smith's body with us? Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. That's part of the illusion of the matrix. Now, if we were to take a starship off planet and we got out there far enough and we looked at the planet in its entirety, we would see that it glowed. I mean, for goodness sakes, we've got 8 billion gods, whether they're awake or asleep, inside the bodies. You would look around the planet and you would see all of these other lights in the universe, and they would be, the comparison would be a lit candle in a dark space. A lit candle in a dark space. There is not a light, excuse me, that can come close, literally, to the gods that we are. There isn't. You can seek it out. You will never find it, because the light that we are is the brightest white of all whites, brilliance, ever. Now, we also know that parts of us, parts of the gods that we are asleep. Now, we're not going to wake them up until they decide to wake up. So all in our journey. But they're with us all the time because they're a part of us. There's no separation. Remember, that's delusion. Then we communicate and expand with the parts of ourselves, the gods that we are, that are awake. And that's all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. That's the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. There's ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Medantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. All the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. All of our loved ones that have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. All the off-worlders, galactic, celestials. All the light energy beings that with the eyes that we have in these bodies that we're in, we only see 1% of what is. So the different light spectrums, infrared, violet, ultraviolet, red, green, there's so many. But we don't see them. So, but there is a group, because they come in all colors, shapes, sizes, forms, configurations. But there is a group that we are familiar with and that we do intimately interact with partially. Fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls. The elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood. The mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur. Now ask yourself this. Would we be able, the gods we are, to stay in these bodies, even though we power them, if these bodies did not receive water? No, I don't believe so. Do you? What about air? No. And if we look at the wood and the earth, probably most likely not. So we are connected. And even though the ego mind will tell you that, oh no, fairies don't exist, trolls don't exist, those are all made up things. No, they're not. It's just that we don't see them. Understand? Because we believe that seeing is believing, instead of believing is seeing. Because understand that we create everything. We create everything. So doesn't it make sense? Believing is seeing. How many people say, well, I got to see it before I believe it? How do you think anything is created ever in all existence and beyond to believe it can be created? You see how things get twisted through the ego mind? The archangels, they're a civilization that vibrated at a different frequency than they do, because we all know everything's frequency. The gods within those bodies that they are in are no different than the gods within the bodies that we are in. There's no separation. And, we interact with them, but a lot of the times we don't know it. You know? Have you ever had someone just do something really kind for you, a complete stranger that you'd never met before? But there was a familiarity you had because it's the God within you and the God within them that the familiarity is there? Because for that split, that real small instance, you identify with the connecting of the God with them and you as one. That's that old home week that we feel when we meet strangers and we're around people. Now, they deliver a message to us, but they do it in many different ways. They have for thousands of lifetimes. And it basically is, isn't it magna glorious to be alive in these bodies? And it is. It is bliss to be alive in these bodies. They're so spectacular on all the things they can do in the physical existence. And all of us have experienced this more than once, that when we leave these bodies, we can't do anything that these bodies can do. We can't touch, we can't stretch, we can't feel, we can't yawn, we can't laugh. None of that. We don't eat, we don't sleep, we don't go to the bathroom, we don't drink, we don't do any of that stuff. And when I mean by drinking, I mean water, liquids. And it's interesting because you can see how we've got amnesia, so we don't realize that. We don't know that until you leave the body. And then you realize you're no longer in the body. It's different steps that take place. And then you start, and then all of the memory, all of the experience that you had in that body fades out. Of really, physically. So it is absolutely spectacular to be alive in these bodies. They can surround any one of us at any one time in the tens of thousands or tens of millions. The reason is because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. And if you'd like them to, they love doing it, just ask them. In the blink of the eye, they're surrounding you, and you're in bliss. Now, the Ascended Masters, they have ascended into physical form. They have mastered physical form. They have ascended out of physical form. They hold pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical form. We are in the process of mastering physical form. We are creating our experiences to perfect our creations. Now, the off-worlders, galactics and celestials. Over 1,000 species, civilizations travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. But we are familiar with a small group. Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Felines, Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avian. This particular group has been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Now, whether a part of us is a billion light years away, there is no separation. We're all the one. And so we're all together. We're never separate. In full compassion. Non-judgment. Non-negativity. Stillness of mind. Gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness. Bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. We're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, expand, grow. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Where does this light emanate from? It emanates from the God source, of which is housed in each and every one of us. This is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest purest, eternal love. And we are flooding this planet. All life, the highest supreme value in the universes, head to toe, inside and out, everywhere. Infinity and beyond. This light is so bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1 billion trillion suns to even come close to its brilliance. We begin to ascend above the planet, and as we do, we immediately are met with this massive ocean of glitter. Light reflecting everywhere, colors we've never seen before, ever. And the best way to describe it is a grand finale fireworks that anything on this planet that's ever been done pales in comparison. Ballroom globe, the one that's got the mirrors, that slowly turns, reflects the lights around everything. Except this one is 1 trillion times larger and 1 trillion times more intense. A laser light show, of which no laser light show on this planet could come close to. You combine all of those, and that's the ocean of glitter. Everything's reflecting. Hundreds of millions of us gathered for the liberation of this planet. Complete liberation, inside and out, head to toe. And we're curious, so we go to the reflective points. And we notice that these little tiny microscopic, perfectly etched mirrors, so we enter them, and we discover that hundreds of millions of us, countless gigaplexes, one gigaplex fills this universe with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare. These are trillions of gigaplexes from trillions of universes, all descended upon this planet to increase the vibrational frequency of the highest high. There's no escape from it. All the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, as you can see, are scurrying around, grasping and gasping for air, because they cannot sustain at such a higher vibrational frequency. They must leave. And what is this? It's love. We are learning and teaching and learning from each other 24/7, infinity and beyond. It never ends. Our journey never ends. Our journey is endless. This is spectacular. And you take the time to learn from other parts of the God. Bird, bush, tree. And remember, the life is the God within the object, which gives the body animation, movement, everything. The body has to be sustained by a greater power, a higher source. You. So when you see a tree and you see a wind and you see the tree moving and bending, what is it teaching you? What is the God inside the tree teaching you? The bug in the rug, the fly on the wall, the spider in the web. Isn't it absolutely magna glorious? How could any of us ever get bored with this life? The only way is through the ego mind, and that's where you get bored. We are immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that we are the power of healing. Then we're met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all of the gods that we are in these bodies, our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind each and every one of us that from head to toe, infinity and beyond, we are protected in a white fire armor. This armor is nothing like the armor on this planet. It is way beyond that. It emanates from the God source, the kingdom of God, the heaven, within each and every one of us. And it is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. So the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, demons, they can't come close to us at that high vibrational frequency. They'll either vaporize, they get too close, or they have to stay away. There's no other choice. We're always protected. We always have been. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, consciously or unconsciously, Your hatred, anger, fear, greed, envy, hurry, deception, manipulation, dishonesty, revenge, you will create a breach. You will lower your vibrational frequency low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, then you have other opportunities and possibilities of demon possession, attachment, and many other things with the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, which would keep your frequency low. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. The first part of that column of light is purple transmuting flame. We created this part of the column to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are, no more. We're then met with the second half, the violet ray of this column of light. We created this part of the column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that all the gods that we are in these bodies created to remind us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the sun sets, the sun rises. We are the clouds, the sky. We are the soils. We are the trees, the forests, the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. The sun sets, the sun rises, the rainbows, the snowfall, the mountains, starry lit night sky, the animals. We are literally everything, and everything is us. So the next time you do view a sunset or a sunrise, a snowfall, a mountain view, an ocean view, starry lit night sky, you. Most of us will look and say, isn't that beautiful? But we miss the understanding. That's the God that I am. And through the heart-mind, that's your acknowledgement. That sunset, that's the God that I am. It's a whole different understanding than what we've been taught on this planet. We continue to ascend above the planet, and some of us decide to step outside our physical form and hover effortlessly above it, if we're carrying physical form. The reason we do this is because it's fun, and we can do it. We're immediately met with this massive crystalline light tower. We created it. It's larger than the solar system and beyond. In the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere, we see a golden white ball of light. Now, the golden white ball of light is surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light, and they seem to be endless. They've created this super white, misty, gaseous, cloudy existence. And it's sparkling. You can see it's sparkling. Nothing like you'd normally see sparkle. This is very vibrant. And you can see little arcs of energy, and it's the whitest of the whitest white. And it absorbs in through our heart minds. And it's like a warm embrace that never ends. So the golden white bowl of light we discover is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes gratitude, well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, great prosperity, great abundance, and we discover that it is all a reflection of the gods that we are. Now, at the top of this crystalline light tower, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down throughout infinity and beyond. The golden ocean is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. we're swimming in. It's flooding this planet. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. And you understand that the liberation of this planet is infinitesimal, that it is undeniable, that it cannot be stopped, that it is well along its way. We are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden oceans are drops of the golden ocean. The only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We created this sphere almost 4 years ago. It holds almost 1,800 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds of millions of us every day, 7 days a week, going on 4 years, with the prime intent of complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Inside and out, head to toe. All lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, no more. Because if you know anything about frequencies, the very low frequencies cannot sustain in a very high frequency. They either have to leave or vanish, vaporize. And all these meditations continue to intensify, continue to expand and grow. They don't weaken and die and fade off. They do the opposite. Feel that. Plug into it through your heart-mind's motion picture. You can do it anytime you choose. Focus on the breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Be still. Listen. Watch. Don't judge. Our real power in this life doesn't come from money, doesn't come from prestige, material luxuries, or physical strength. These things can all be taken away from any of us. True power comes from that which is permanent. It is found by discovering that one thing that cannot change or be destroyed. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Today, focus on that one thing which does not change or die in this life. It is not far away. In fact, it's closer than your next thought. By accessing your real power, you are no longer a victim to issues from your past or trying to manage who you will become in the future. To find your real source of power, look inward to where the source of your consciousness is coming from. The subtle energetic fountain of bliss is who you are, who each and every one of us are. Take this precious day today. Explore who and what you truly are. Pay close attention to this infinite stream of consciousness and surrender to the flow of its permanent and unchanging awareness all day long. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We will return here Sunday, January 9th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation